Good afternoon, all of you. My name is João Valente. I'm assistant professor in the Information Technology group from the Wageningen University and Research. I'm also the principal investigator of the Social Drones Lab. And today, my presentation is about practical use of drones in agriculture. My presentation is organized mostly based on crop types. I'm going to show you and to discuss with you how we can use drones for different crop management based in my experience, mostly apples, pears, spinach, cauliflowers, kale plants, and grasslands. Starting with the apples, for apple orchard management, one handy application is use the drones for ripeness assessment. So what we would like to do is to determine the optimal harvest time. To do that, we can use electrochemical sensors, gas sensors, that can infer ethylene. Ethylene is a chemical compound emitted by the fruits when they achieve determinate maturation state. And we can use also machine vision. So this is already a research line that we have been working for a while, and we got already some outcomes, mainly what is the best way to fly the drones with this instrumentation, to infer this ethylene, and also to detect the best texture and color of the apples close to the harvest time. Another important application where drones also can be used is for the flower blossom estimation, or to detect also to estimate the number of fruit clusters, flower clusters per tree. So this is very important. Why? It's important because apple orchards, we are expecting, the farmer expects to have a fruit balance in each tree. So for instance, in an ideal situation, you have 100 apples per tree, and you don't want more because this will decrease the fruit quality, and also can put in risk the health of the tree. So what the farmer does is that during the flowering, he controls somehow the flower clusters, and by applying some tining, mechanical tining, chemical tining, or hand tining, in order to control the amount of flower clusters per tree. This is, as you can imagine, quite laborious. So it's involves lots of time. This is usually done by a farmer that scouts the orchards, that scouts the wide orchards. So this is quite time consuming and not very accurate. So what we are now developing is a drone-based approach that can give the farmer a map with the amount of flower clusters, flower blossom per tree at the tree level. So the farmer can take decisions, evaluate each tree remotely, and go directly to the trees where some tining needs to be applied. Here on the left, we can see already some results where we can see UAV image product. Sometimes I use UAV or drone. It's the same. Let's say a drone image product. It's a point cloud where we can already notice that some flower clusters were identified in different parts of the tree. This is nice, but if we want to improve this flower cluster and flower blossom estimation, what we can also do is combine ground vehicles image data with the UAV's image data. So in this way, we can make some data fusion and we can improve the accuracy of these point clouds. We have been working for several months in this approach, and we saw that we were able to improve the former point clouds and the former maps where the flower clusters and the flower blossom were estimated just using UAV image. One important thing to say about this approach is that we can determine flower cluster and flower blossom at the tree level. And this is very, very important to the farmer. Another handy application, of course, and very well known, is the yield estimation. Yield estimation is important because it helps the farmer with logistics, labor work, number of beans that he needs for the harvesting, shelf lifetime, etc. There are many applications why this yield estimation is important. Also, at an economical level is quite important, so the farmer can negotiate beforehand with the cooperatives the price of the crop. We have been acquiring imagery for several seasons, 3 or 4, I believe, since 2017. We have annotated all these images, the high resolution image derived from the UAV. We have annotated them, and we have applied convolution neural networks, mainly YOLO, to detect the apples on the orchard. We can see already on the right side of my presentation some results. We have true positives, some false positives as well, and less false negatives. So this is a very handy application where we also obtain several results. But because we feel that this is not enough, what we want is to give a step forward and go to real time crop assessment. So what we are doing, and I'm going to show this nice video that we acquired some days ago on the orchards that we are working. What we actually now we are doing is estimate the number of apples and other biophysical parameters from the apples in near real time. And what we are doing here is that we are using video data and also the telemetry acquired by the drone. And we have started labeling it, annotating it. And this is quite a very laborious work, much more, it's 10 times more work that annotating image, because here we have also the tracking component. So the image frames are moving, and frame by frame you have the same information. So for annotating these apples, we are using the computer vision annotation tool developed by Intel. This is a very handy annotation tool, mainly because it's free, is online. You can export different formats, more important, Cocoa, Label Me, Yellow, but others. Yes, several key advantage, mainly that it's collaborative. You can share with your colleagues, everybody can contribute in the annotations. Yes, also some annotation, automatic annotation tools that you can try and might work in your data set, among others. So all the applications, drone applications within orchards, apple orchards, we are doing the same in pear orchards. Besides that, in the pear orchards, we are also interested in controlling the tree height, because this is quite important to the health of the trees, not just in the pears, but also in the apple orchards and in several other fruit orchards. And also for the quality of the fruit. So in this experiment, what we did, it was to do several cross flights with the UAV. We built a high resolution point cloud, and we have compared this point cloud, UAV point cloud, with the terrestrial laser scanner point cloud. The terrestrial laser scanner can give us a very, very accurate resolution of the, it can make a very, very accurate point cloud of the field. And of course, we have used it as a ground truth measure. So now leaving the orchards and going to horticulture, so we can see that also drones can be applied for plant breeding. And what we can do with them is, of course, it's a wide range of applications. I'm going just to discuss this application where we worked, that it was in organic spinach field. So we use UAV image products to determine the crop emergence, to count the number of plants, but also to go at the plant level and determine some phenotypes. So for instance, one of the things that we did, we isolated some of the plants. So we had several bounding boxes with several plants on the field, as you can see here on the right. And within this bounding box, we counted the number of plants, and also the height, the area, and the number of leaves, and other relevant biophysical parameters. On the left, you can see that the field is quite wide, so it's nice to have a drone here that it can fly very fast and obtain all these, derive all this information. And again, we had already achieved some results. We are able to count the number of plants. Now we want to give a step more, and we want also to derive some important phenotypes that are important to plant breeders. So here we are using annotation software that is called Label Me, that it was developed by MIT. We have two different approaches of annotation. We have the left one, it was our previous approach, where we determine the number of plants on the field, but also the absolute area of the plant. Now we want to get more details, so we are using, instead of bounding box, of square bounding box, we are using polygons. And of course, this is already, you can imagine here from here, the kind of approach that we are using is mask RCNN. And this is the input that we need for using this type of CNN approach. So changing again of crop, now we are in the cauliflowers, and in the cauliflowers we flew with the Mavic, with the multispectral camera. We obtained several blends, red edge, and also true color, false color. And here what we are very interested on the ripeness assessment. So we are also interested in determining the accurately the right harvest time. And this is a very interesting application because it's very challenging to derive the maturity of the cauliflower, even if we use all this type of image spectrum. But here we are already there, and we obtain also some positive results. We are already able to detect different classes of ripeness, so unripe, ripe, and overripe. And again, in this application, we use Label Me, and we also use Mask RCNN. Another application, now we are in the grasslands. In grasslands, there is a big problem about some poison weeds that are quite dangerous to the cattle. So the name of these weeds are Jacobea and Humex. And we did this nice project on the other side of the border, with our neighbors, with our German neighbors. And this was in a very, very close city from Germany that is close to the border called Cleve. There is a natural reservoir where chemicals cannot be applied. This is a protected area, so machinery cannot go there to control this weeding problem. So what actually they are doing right now, and you can see here, this is a picture actually taken on the site. They have a manager, a field manager, that goes all over the field looking for these plants and dropping some bioproduct on it in order to eliminate those weeds. So of course, you can imagine that in this large area, this is one person going around looking for weeds. This is not really the solution that we are looking for. So what we want is to have, again, a drone and with artificial intelligence mechanisms that is able to detect these plants in real time and transmit this information to the field manager, and the field manager instead going around, it can be much more effective, go directly to these spots. But at the same time, once we have a drone that is able to detect these weeds and different parts of the field, we can also use this information to send to other, to a spraying drone that goes position by position and put just the amount of hot water or some biological product that can eliminate these weeds. Now, going from outdoor to indoor, other nice application for using drone is for plant phenotyping. In this application, I would like to enhance this, that the goal is to help the greenhouse practitioners, so the technicians and the scientists, but also the people that work on the greenhouse. So what we are doing, it's that we have drone imagery from one side and also image provided by the people that working on the greenhouse. We have built a large data set of image that we have annotated. And then what we did, it was using also again the CNNs. We have used deep learning, and we have built a model that is able to count the number of leaves of each plant. And the good thing is that we have embedded these in a web page. So the goal is to have a web page that can be accessible from any computer, a mobile phone. The technician in the greenhouse or the person that is working in the greenhouse that is interested about this information just upload an image and will have instantly information about the picture that it took. So this now is being built. This website can be seen already, is already online in the server, but this is going to be, we are now in the process of bringing this to the website of the SAID Lab, and will be available, and you can test your image. You can also contribute with more image. So this is really a nice project with collaboration with another university in England. And finally, if you want to know more about drones for agriculture, please enroll in our course, MOOCs Drone for Agriculture. Prepare and design your drone mission. Here you can learn three models: remote sensing, UAVs applications, path planning, mission planning, acquiring data, types of data, legislation, acquisition, visualization, open source tools for processing UAV data, a huge amount of nice tools to use drones for agriculture. You are also going to meet these two nice lectures. And the good news is that you can enroll and start from today. If you are not able to start from today, you can start next year on the February 2. And that's all. thank you so much for your time. If you want to know more information about my work and the work of my group, you can go to my webpage. You can also find me on Instagram, in LinkedIn, in Google Scholar. All the applications that I present today to you, there are several papers linked with these applications, so you can check the papers there for further information. If you want to have to know more information about these applications and also collaborate, you can also drop me an email. And finally, you can also follow us on the Twitter, on the Social Drones Lab. You can see the many applications, the many activities that are going on. And that's all.